Well, while you are doing it, Mashinga, when is the right time to upscale your business?
It's around upscaling, it's around ensuring that you've got the right capacity, ensuring that you've got the right people. And you know, at the end of the day, you scale your business because of your consumer or your customer.
Does it include hiring people? So what are the steps that you need to take?
Okay, so first of all, in terms of scaling, it's normally a business that has grown to a certain age. It's normally a business that has a proved concept or product or service that they're supplying in the market.
Yeah.
And often you find that businesses that grow organically, for instance, let's use the wholesale and retail sector. You find that you're supplying 5 stores, for example, and now you've got capacity to expand into 10 stores.
Yes.
You need the delivery to be on point. You need to ensure that your invoices are paid at the right time. So it's around only involving or hiring people as and when the business needs it, but also when the business is ready.
Yes, and also talking about hiring people as part of upscaling, you would need to find the right people.
Absolutely.
And how does that work?
So having the right people is always around people who buy into your vision or your brand. You know, it's not just taking anybody off the street and giving them a job. And that really goes to skills development and training.
Yes.
You know, you've really got to invest in your people in order to capacitate them, in order to perform the role or job description that you would like them to perform.
So that includes customer retention. So if you're going to upscale, so you were dealing with this group of 5 stores, how do you make sure that you don't lose that customer base while you're expanding?
The customer-centric or customer question is around how do you continuously know what your customers want? And that's really around talking to typically what she needs. I always say the customer is a she because typically the person in the stores, and that's quite a gender-specific term.
Okay.
And it's really around ensuring that you're giving what the customer needs, but also ensuring that you're on point with your trends. What's happening within your particular sector? How is the customer evolving in those trends? How are you innovating or improving your product in that sector? So it's all around being out, like what I like to say, at the pulse of what your customer is thinking, breathing, feeling.
Yes. So it's not just about now I have 5 stores, now when I have 10 stores. So it's about spreading what you already have here and then have enriched and which adds value while where you're here, where you are. So you just spread that further. So it's not just about adding more stores. So it's not just about the numbers, in other words.
Absolutely. So we know that facts and numbers are very important. But if you think about how a business grows, so if you think about a Coca-Cola of this world and how it began, you know, over 100 years ago, and if you think about a business needing to access market, so it's around what is your existing sector or market, where is your customer, because you're currently always chasing after that customer. Where is she going? What is she thinking about? And in that, you will find that the business will expand as the customer base grows. And it will also expand as to the customer need. So you find it's always based on where the consumer or customer is.
Yes. So just in closing, key pointers that you can give out for entrepreneurs who are thinking of upscaling their businesses.
Well, I think any entrepreneur, I always say, you know, hats off to you. Because it's not for sissies. And the first key pocket of excellence I like to talk about is support. You know, either you're supporting somebody that you can see is trying to get into your industry, or
yes,
you are getting support from someone. And that can be through mentorship, it can be through giving an hour of your time, pro bono, etc.
Yeah.
The second is about scaling, which is what we've been talking about now.
Yeah.
So it's really around how do you take the existing product or service that you have and how do you multiply that? How do you double that? How do you triple it? And then the final, which is my absolute passion, is sustainability.
Yes.
The business has to be sustainable. And you know, you think about an elephant about to take a seat, you know, on a beach. It has to be timeless, and it has to be basically there timeless. So when I talk about the Coca-Cola brand, which is a brand that I absolutely admire and study and research, it's around how does it continue to remain relevant from all those 100 years ago,
yes,
and how does it continue to stay relevant for the next 100 years.
Just in closing, like real closing now, but just key thing when it comes to sustainability, what is that one thing that you need to do in order for your business to be sustainable? Whether be it you're upscaling or you're just working on the business at where it is.
I think you've got to be authentic. I think you have to have what I call, or anybody, any scholar in the industry, a unique selling proposition. Yeah. You know, if you know that your community is in need of bread, yes, and you know that most of those community members are traveling many distances to the shops to get bread, then you find that let's create a small bakery within the community. There you have addressed a specific challenge and you found a solution, yes, to that challenge. So it's entrepreneurship is for people that take the space and say, what is the immediate challenge? And I don't say problem. And how can I create a solution to that current challenge? And they'll always be there. You know, you, yes, have people who look at a section and they'll say, that's completely something that's not my cup of tea. And other people who see it an absolute opportunity. What can we do? Same thing with recycling, yeah, and waste. How do we create something that someone throws away, and how do we reuse that, and how, yes, do we recycle and make sure that it's sustainable? Exactly.